In 1963, a man in central Turkey knocked down a wall inside his own house. Behind it, he found a tunnel, down through level after level, past rooms carved into stone, past stables, storage spaces, churches, schools, and wells. By the time archaeologists understood what he had found, they were looking at an underground city that could shelter around 20,000 people. And the strange part is, it was not the biggest one. Across the world, people have carved entire worlds into rock. Most of them were not discovered by expeditions. People found them by accident. So, let's go down, from the smallest to the largest. Number 8, the Hypogeum of Saflieni, Malta. Under the town of Paola sits a prehistoric complex cut into soft limestone, around 12 meters deep. The earliest remains date to roughly 4000 BC, which makes this place older than the pyramids at Giza and older than Stonehenge. They built it for the dead. Archaeologists found the remains of 6,000 to 7,000 people inside. In 1902, a stonemason laying foundations for new houses broke through the roof, 6,000 years underground. Then one housing project opened it by mistake. Number 7. The Catacombs of el Shoqafa, Alexandria. A spiral staircase drops through 3 levels of rock, roughly 35 meters down. This place came from the 2nd century AD. Anubis looks like he could step into a legion. And deep inside, there's a banquet hall carved from stone, where families came to eat ritual meals with their dead relatives on anniversaries. Around 1900, a donkey fell through the ground. The street opened and the past was underneath it. Number 6. Ouyi, the underground city of Nushabad, Iran. A 3-level network of tunnels and rooms cut between 4 and 21 meters below the surface. It dates to the Sasanian era, roughly 1500 years ago. Ouyi was built for survival. When raiders appeared on the horizon, the town could vanish underground. The surface stayed quiet, with lamps still burning and food still warm. The corridors sit low, around 170 centimeters high, forcing intruders to bend forward. Modern workers found it around 2002 when a resident dug a sewage ditch in his basement. Number 5. Orvieto underground, Italy. For about 2,500 years, the people living on this plateau of volcanic tuff carved into the rock below. Today, the count sits around 1,200 caves, wells, tunnels, and chambers. The most human detail is the pigeon rooms. During a siege, when roads closed and food could not reach the plateau, the town relied on pigeons. The birds flew out, fed themselves in the valley, came back to their rock niches, and became food for the people trapped above. Other underground cities hid people. Orvieto helped feed them. Number 4. Naples underground, Italy. 40 meters below one of Europe's busiest cities runs a vast network of tunnels, cisterns, and chambers. Naples has around 3 million people living above it, and much of its foundation is hollow. It began as a quarry. Greek settlers cut blocks of tuff from the ground to build the city above. Later, the Romans turned those voids into an aqueduct system. Buildings had shafts down to the water supply, and workers climbed through them to maintain the system. People called those workers pozzari. Over time, Neapolitan folklore turned them into the munaciello, a small hooded figure said to appear inside homes at night. The ghost story came from plumbing. Number 3. Kaymakli underground city, Turkey. Kaymakli sits in Cappadocia carved into volcanic tuff. It reaches at least 8 levels deep, with 4 levels open to visitors today. It is not the deepest underground city in the region. It is one of the widest. Huge round stone doors, some weighing half a ton, could roll across corridors from the inside. If invaders broke through one floor, the people below could seal themselves in and wait. Kaymakli had stables near the upper levels, storage rooms deeper inside, and wineries. You do not build a winery in a bunker you plan to leave after a week. Across the region between Kayseri and Nevsehir, archaeologists have found more than 200 underground settlements. For a long time, this was how an entire region survived. Number 2. Derinkuyu underground city, Turkey. This is the one from the opening. Derinkuyu drops around 85 meters underground. It has 18 known levels. At its height, it could hold as many as 20,000 people. Derinkuyu was not just a shelter. It was a society under stone. Kitchens, bedrooms, wells, storage rooms, chapels, tombs, weapons areas. More than 50 shafts run from the surface down through the complex. They pulled air into the lowest levels. Several also worked as wells, and some lower wells did not connect directly to the surface, which meant an army camped above could not poison the water supply below. Parts of Derinkuyu were still in use in the 19th century, then people forgot. In 1963, a man renovated his house, knocked down a wall, and opened the way back in. Number 1. The Nevsehir underground city, Turkey. In 2013, construction crews demolished houses around the hilltop fortress in Nevsehir for a government housing project. During the work, they broke into tunnel entrances. Every other site on this list has a known bottom. This one does not. Early surveys suggested a depth of around 113 meters and an area of roughly 460,000 square meters. If those numbers hold, Nevsehir could be about a third larger than Derinkuyu, which would make it the largest underground city ever found. Researchers found old records first. A 300-year-old chain of correspondence between local authorities and Ottoman officials mentioned around 30 major water tunnels in the area. The tunnels led to living quarters, kitchens, wineries, chapels, and linseed presses used to make lamp oil. Lamp oil presses, they were producing their own light underground at scale. The size estimates are still preliminary, and the museum director involved has warned that nobody knows the full extent yet. But the city is real. It is massive, and most of it has never been walked by a modern person. So look at the pattern. A stonemason laying foundations, a donkey falling through a road, a man digging sewage works, a homeowner knocking down a wall, a demolition crew clearing houses. The largest known one sat below a modern town. Under streets people crossed every day, until a construction project hit the wrong wall in 2013. We did not uncover these cities like explorers. We tripped into them. And that leaves one question sitting under your feet. How many more are still down there, under a town square, a car park, or someone's basement, waiting for the next accident?